A lot of breaking news coming from Vladimir Putin this hour. A lot to say. He mentioned the assassination of Charlie Kirk. He called it disgusting.
Counting or not counting gang violence? Great.
Assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah.
The cameras in Sochi caught the moment when Russian President Vladimir Putin paused, looked into the audience, and delivered a blunt assessment of an event that has shaken American politics. Charlie Kirk's assassination, he said, was not just a crime, but a disgusting atrocity, a tragedy that revealed deep fractures in U.S. society. The Sochi remarks. At the Valdai Discussion Club on October 3, 2025, Putin directly addressed Kirk's assassination for the first time. You know, this disgusting atrocity, and even more so, Lev. In fact, we all saw it, but I don't know. That's really disgusting. It looked horrible, he told the forum. He offered condolences to Erika Franceva Kirk, Charlie's widow, and to the entire Kirk family. We sympathize and empathize, especially since he defended those traditional values, he said, connecting the late activist's work with the broader themes of cultural conservatism. According to Reuters, Putin argued that the killing reflected a deep rift in society within the United States, a fracture that he believes cannot be ignored. Charlie Kirk's final days. Charlie Kirk had built a career as the outspoken co-founder of Turning Point USA, a nonprofit dedicated to advancing conservative values among young Americans. On September 10, 2025, he was speaking at Utah Valley University when the shooting unfolded on stage. The incident, caught on live stream, quickly went viral before major platforms restricted or removed the footage. Kirk's assassination was not just the death of a prominent political figure. It became a lightning rod for debates on political violence, free speech, and security at public events. Shockwaves across America. Following the Utah attack, leading Republicans condemned both the act and the rhetoric online that,
Fellow Americans, I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot who
seemed to cheer it. Trump himself issued a strong statement, calling Kirk's killing a direct attack on America's values and warning that it represented a dangerous escalation of hostility toward conservatives. The White House also expressed concern over the climate of political violence. Officials argued that Kirk's assassination raised urgent questions about public safety and the ability to hold open debates without fear. Civil rights groups and legal experts noted how online commentary around the event blurred the line between free expression and incitement. Putin's message to Washington. While Putin expressed condolences, his remarks also carried a pointed political edge. He stressed that the assassination highlighted the domestic challenges facing the U.S. In the United States, I don't think there's any need to escalate the situation externally because the country's political leadership is trying to restore order domestically, he said. This framing placed the responsibility for healing the division squarely on America's leaders. His words suggested that the problem was not foreign interference or outside pressure, but the unresolved tensions within the American political system itself. Trump and the paper tiger debate. Putin's appearance at Valdai did not end with sympathy for Kirk's family. He also responded to criticism from Trump, who had recently described Russia as fighting aimlessly in Ukraine and mocked Moscow as a paper tiger. The former U.S. president, who once urged Kyiv to surrender land to secure peace, had shifted his tone, hinting that Ukraine might reclaim Russian-held territory with enough Western support. That reversal struck at the heart of Putin's war narrative. Putin fired back. Russia has not been fighting the armed forces of Ukraine or Ukraine itself these past years, but effectively the entire NATO bloc, he said, according to transcripts of his remarks. Yet if we are combating the entire NATO alliance, advancing thus with unwavering confidence, and are deemed a paper tiger, what does that make NATO itself? A warning over U.S. weapons. Another theme from Sochi was escalation risk. Reports from Washington indicate the U.S. is weighing whether to supply Ukraine with long-range Tomahawk missiles. Kyiv has requested these weapons to extend its reach against Russian forces. Putin warned that such a decision would mark a new stage of escalation between Washington and Moscow. He made clear that Russia would respond swiftly if such arms entered the battlefield. Russia's countermeasures will not be long in coming, he said, underscoring how tense the standoff has become. The broader European context.
You know, this is
disgusting thing, and moreover it was done just in the open air, almost a live show, and it was totally disgusting and totally. I'd like to render my condolences to the family of Mr. Kirk and his next of kin, and certainly we sympathize with him. Moreover,
as Putin spoke, European leaders raised alarms over Russia's behavior near their borders. Polish officials reported drone incursions, while Estonia accused Russian jets of violating its airspace. NATO members have voiced concern that Moscow could expand military operations beyond Ukraine, but Putin dismissed those fears, accusing NATO of manufacturing hysteria. Cool down, sleep calmly, and take care of your own problems, he told Western leaders. He argued that European cities face their own crises and that Russia is not seeking to widen the war. Still, his warnings about retaliation suggest that the risks of miscalculation remain high. Turning Point USA without Kirk. Back in the United States, Kirk's organization faces a new chapter. Turning Point USA has vowed to continue his mission of spreading conservative activism on campuses. Erica Franz-V. Kirk, who shared her husband's passion for faith and politics, has become a central figure in keeping his legacy alive, a symbol of division. For Putin, Kirk's assassination was more than a tragedy. It was a chance to argue that America's internal rifts are undermining its credibility abroad. His choice of words, disgusting atrocity, reflected genuine condemnation. Yet his larger point was about America's divisions, a theme that has become central to his commentary on Western politics. Kirk's supporters, however, see the event differently. For them, he was a voice silenced too soon, a figure who embodied a combative and unapologetic conservatism. His critics acknowledged the brutality of the attack, but warned against elevating him as a martyr without addressing the broader tensions fueling hostility in the first place. As America grapples with political violence at home and military commitments abroad, Kirk's death remains a chilling reminder of the volatility of this moment. His family mourns a personal loss, his movement pushes forward, and leaders from Washington to Moscow weigh the meaning of his assassination. But the question lingers, will this tragedy push America toward healing its divisions? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.